There you are. I got my iPad working again so you can see the frame is bigger instead of my little iPhone frame. Okay. Welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world where nothing fits. Oh, wait. Everything fits. You ever have that moment? You're in a fix. Nothing works. You can't figure it out. I can't know. Where am I? What's going on? What's the use? Then, bam, everything fits. What happened? Let's find out. So the question today, and this is what everybody asks, is what's the use of Buddhism? What is Buddha? And Zen koans are all about this. A monk comes to the master with a question. What's the use? What's the meaning? What is Buddha? Who am I? What is it? And the master gives an answer that never fits the question, but it does fit. So the master gives an answer that doesn't fit, but when you look at the question from a different viewpoint, bam, it fits. So what is the question today? What is Buddha? What's the good of Buddhism? What is Buddha? So a monk asked Ummon this question, and Ummon was a Zen master during the golden age of Zen, 7 to 9 AD, who was very pithy, who was outrageous. He was a shock master. He would shock you, smack you awake. And Ummon said to the question, what is Buddha? And he said, a shit stick. I mean, every time I say that, I laugh. I got this great question. What is Buddha? What is Buddha, Master? Please tell me. I've been in all these groups I've studied and I still don't know. And he said with a little ironic smile, a shit stick. Now what's going on? Is the great master dismissing Buddha? Degrading Buddha? Defaming Buddha? Dismissing his whole practice? I mean, this is a Zen Buddhist master. It's like the Pope coming out and saying, I'm not Catholic. Something absurd like that. So the answer is absurd. But is it? Well, we've got to look at it. So basically, what is a shit stick? I mean, what is used toilet paper? This shit stick was before toilet paper. You threw it away. You didn't keep it. Had no use. Once you use the toilet paper, you flush it. You don't keep it. Don't put it in a box to use again. It's useless. It's the most useless thing in the world. So is that what Ummon is saying? That Buddhism is the most useless thing in the world? Well, that doesn't make any sense. But let's look. We're looking at it from the wrong way. Let's ask what is use? When I say, this cotton ball is useful for me, and someone else will say, what use is that? I don't have any use for that. What use is that? Or, I take this snow globe. I said, this is useful for me. Somehow, well, that's no use. It's just a trinket, a tourist attraction. Doesn't have any use. What can you do with that? What can you do with it? Use means you can do something with it. Make something. Fix something. Improve something. So what can we fix, improve, help with Buddhism? Is it a can opener? Is it useful in that it will improve me? If it improves you, fine. If it doesn't improve me, it has no use. So use is subjective. Your use may not be my use. What society finds useful, I might not find useful. So I don't invest in it. We don't invest in anything that is not useful for us. So the question, what is Buddha? What use is Buddha? The question is, what use is it for me? How can it improve me? So we got to keep digging here. We got to keep pulling the cotton ball apart. So what does home improvement mean? What does me mean? Well, me, of course, is me, my sense of being a separate self. My sense of being special. My sense of being unique. My sense of having free will. My sense of being a unique... I got to sneeze. Oh, no. What use is a sneeze? Anyway, so that whole idea of being use means how is it going to improve or help or make me better? And they go, what is me? Well, me is my sense of being unique, separate, or we can call it the ego, the sense of being separate from the world. I'm in this room here, and I know I'm in the room because I'm separate from it. If I was the room, there'd be no distinction between me and the room. They might put me in a ward. You see, this is people have these samadhi experiences where they're at one with the world or the situation. The poet Rumi writes about all this all the time. I am the thingness of things. I am the sea. I am the word. I am the wind. I'm on the grass. Walt Whitman song of myself. I am the grass. Well, that is a viewpoint, but when you are the grass, you are the room. There's no separate you. So you're not having an experience of the room. You are the room. When you fall in love with another person, and you've had that moment where you are the other person, the other person is you, that the other person is you looking back at you, when you have that moment of bliss, of samadhi, oh, wow, wow, wow. That's not an experience of you being separate from the other. That is you being the other. And that's not an experience, because there's nobody separate from the experience. So what is Buddha then? If I want to be separate so I can be me and I can be special because, I know all about Buddhism and, I can debate with the Buddhists, the best of them, I'm special, I know my shit. I know my shit. So what are you really? A shit stick. Being unique, being special is useless. Has no fruit. All you get out of it is pain. All you get out of it is suffering. In fact, Buddha said the cause of suffering is our desire to be special, to be somebody, to be a contender, to have merit. And of course that merit can go either way. I can be famous or infamous. I can be Bonnie and Clyde, get pictures in the paper, that's great. Or go positive or negative, either way. Breaking Bad, you see. So is that the use of Buddha? Do I just want to be famous? Do I want to feel special? Feel special. You write on Facebook and somebody says, oh, you were so wonderful, I love. Oh, wow, I really feel special. Somebody likes me. Is that Buddha? You see. So what does Ummon say? Buddha's a shit stick. And you have to laugh at it because it's so absurd. It's so absurd. If you laugh at it. Is that Buddha? Is Buddha being able to laugh at my taking myself seriously? Is Buddha being able to, when I can laugh at myself being useful, special, liked, beautiful, wise? Is Buddha when I can laugh at that? Now what use would that be? Well, Buddha then, if Buddha is my, not your laughter, but my laughter. In other words, what is my Buddha? Not what your Buddha is. You might have 1,000 Buddhas. So what is my use of Buddha, you see? I want to belong to a Buddha group and get people to like my comments, you see, or whatever, or like my cooking, or my creativity, or my money, or my fame. That's what I want, you see. That's useful. Is Buddha useful for that? Absolutely not. He's a shit stick. I still laugh at that. He's a shit stick, you see. Totally, absolutely useless. If you see Buddha on the road, kill him, said Rinzai. That's what he was saying, the same thing. So the use of Buddha is because he is useless. Now that's ironic. Buddha is useless because he's useful. Buddha is useful because he's useless. That's a contradiction. That's ambiguity. That's ironic. That's catch-22. Useful is useless. Useless is useful. That's Zen. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Useful is useless. Useless is useful. You see? Two equations here. Form is empty. Buddha is useless. A shit stick. Then the second half of the equation, the useless is useful. A shit stick is useful. But the second half of the equation, the shit stick is useful, is when you flip the question, you flip it. And you see it from the other side. On one side, the logical, the conscious side, what's useless, what's useful is useless, is you drop it. Like a hot potato. Well, this is no good. But, so that's just one side. One side of the cloud. The other side of the cloud is that the useless is useful. Now this happens in my life all the time. I see something. If my wife came along here and she saw that, she said, well, what good is that? I'm going to throw it out. It's an old cotton ball. What good is that? And I'd say, wait, that's useful for my talks. It's useful for my talks because it's about pulling the cotton ball apart to get to the seed. It's useful. It's useful for you. It's just an old nasty cotton ball to me. If you look in your house and you look in your marriage, you'll find this going on all the time. Why'd you throw that out? Well, I didn't see any use in it. Anyway, that's a good meditation. That is Zen. That is Zen. When the useful becomes useless, the useless becomes useful. Flip. Flip. Here. Now this is a visual metaphor for ambiguity. The hag, you see her big old right eye and her nose and her mouth here. Ooh, hag. And then you see the princess. See a little right eye here in her right cheek, and her jaw and her necklace. Now, which is this? The hag is useless. Ugly, useless. The princess is useful. Oh, I would like to be a princess and be useful, beautiful, be liked, be pretty, you see, or handsome, you see. So the princess is useful. The hag is useless. So when Ummon says, what is Buddha? And he says a shit stick, he's pointing to the ambiguity of use and uselessness. That the truth of this is that they're both sides. They're ambiguous. And you only use or see what you choose to see. But you can't stay in one, because if you stay in one, it quickly becomes the other. So what is useless for me, immediately when my wife sees me throwing it away, she says, wait, that's useful. And what's useful for her is useless for me. So which is it, you see? Useful, useless, useless, useful. Wow, 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 wow. And what happens in relationships is that we try to fix the relationship so that my stuff is useful and your stuff is useless. The relationship is fixed. It's frozen. It no longer flows. It's no longer creative. It's dead, fixed, frozen. And it becomes useless. The relationship is useless when the use and the usefulness is frozen into my use and your use, and neither can find the useful useless. Buddha is the useful useless, and it's creative, it's dynamic, and you have to discover it. You can't find it. It's not fixed. It's fluid. It's creative. It's transcendent. So the useless useful, or the useful useless, is transcendent of the yin and the yang. The usefulness, the truth of the hag and the apprentice is transcendent of these two. So what is transcendent? You. If you see that both the hag and the princess are just two sides of the same coin, you can use the whole coin. You can't use just the head or the tail, but the whole coin, you can go buy something with it. But if you just say, this coin's a hag, it's no use, I'll throw it away, or you say, this coin is a princess, I'll keep and buy something, it won't buy anything either way, because it's only half of the truth. It's only half of reality, you see. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. See you next time.